Arsenal suffer brutal blow as Gabriel move backfires in Newcastle defeat, 6 talking points. Newcastle United 1-0 Arsenal. Alexander Isak's early header powers Magpies to impressive win over Arsenal, with the Gunners at risk of slipping further back in the title race. Alexander Isak's goal condemned Arsenal to their second defeat of the season in a brutal blow to their title hopes. The Gunners are now 5 points behind leaders Manchester City, having played a game more. Boss Mikel Arteta had been handed a boost ahead of the game when Gabriel recovered to start, having been forced off against Liverpool with injury last week. But it quickly turned into a disastrous for the visitors. Just 12 minutes in, they failed to clear their lines before Anthony Gordon sent in a brilliant first-time cross in for Alexander Isak to head Newcastle in front. Despite dominating possession, the Gunners struggled to break down their hosts and were shut out by their solid hosts. Here, Mirror Football looks at the biggest talking points from Arsenal's latest defeat. Title race blow. Arsenal's defeat is a serious blow to their title hopes, with the Gunners now 5 points behind leaders Manchester City, having played a game more. City travel to Bournemouth later on Saturday and can pull 8 points clear of the Gunners with a win. That would leave Mikel Arteta's men with a mountain to climb, even if we're not at Christmas yet. City only lost 3 games in the entirety of last season as they finished top, with Arsenal now having been defeated 3 times this campaign. They will also fall 7 points behind Liverpool if the Reds beat Brighton on Saturday. If that does happen, Arne Slot's side will replace Arsenal as City's main title rivals for this season. Their main talking point heading into the game was Arteta's decision to bring Gabriel back into the starting lineup. The defender was forced off with injury during the draw with Liverpool last week. He then missed all but one training session this week as the Gunners worked towards the trip to Newcastle. It was a difficult game for the Brazilian, who struggled on his return to the team. Gabriel saw Alexander Isak find space between himself and William Saliba to head home Newcastle's opener. The defender's jump was not good enough to stop Anthony Gordon's cross, and he also gave the ball away several times. Arteta may well be regretting the decision to start him. Gordon sends message to Tuchel. Anthony Gordon struggled for chances during Gareth Southgate's time as England manager. But a new regime will take over in January as Thomas Tuchel arrives to lead the Three Lions bid to win the 2026 World Cup. The Newcastle star is certainly doing everything he can to impress Tuchel and earn a spot in his plans. He played a key role in Isak's opener, finding space on the right wing before delivering a superb first-time cross into the striker. Isak duly powered his header home to hand the hosts the lead. If Gordon continues to impress, then he could well claim a starting spot under England's new boss. Martinelli struggles again. It has been a difficult season for Gabriel Martinelli, with the Brazilian having scored only 2 goals in all competitions. Even those strikes came against strugglers Leicester and Southampton. The winger endured another tough afternoon against Newcastle from his natural position on the left. Magpies right-back Tino Livramento effectively shut down Martinelli, with the Englishman sending a message to new international boss Tuchel in doing so. Martinelli's pass success rate was just 81% and he completed only 1 of his attempted dribbles. He was then hauled off just after the hour mark, and once Martin Odegaard returns to full fitness, Martinelli may face a tough time keeping his place. Arsenal depth exposed. With his side struggling, Mikel Arteta made 5 changes over the course of the second half. Ethan Nwaneri, Alexander Zinchenko, Ben White, Jorginho and Gabriel Jesus were all introduced after the break. But despite the arrival of the cavalry, the Gunners continued to struggle to break down Newcastle. Though the Magpies dropped increasingly deeper into their own half, they were able to hold out. That exposes a rising problem for boss Arteta, with the lack of quality options beyond his starting lineup becoming a concern. None of the changes would be regarded by their title rivals as potentially game-winning, which should be seen as a real issue by Arteta. Rice's set-piece problems. One of Arsenal's biggest weapons in recent years has been their set-pieces, thanks to the work of Nicolas Jover. But that weapon went missing at St James Park, in large part due to Declan Rice. Rice has been handed the free-kick-taking duties for set-pieces from out wide and delivered a brilliant ball for Mikel Merino to score against Liverpool last week. But his magic touch deserted him on Saturday. The number of times Rice failed to clear the first man will be embarrassing for the Englishman. He struggled to put a decent cross in and Jover may well be forced back to the drawing board. Thanks for watched this video. If you like this, don't forget like and subscribe this channel. Goodbye.